Well, hello everyone. Welcome to the stream. Another day, more code. So, I think the stream is working on YouTube and Twitch today. So, hopefully, because I've seen a couple comments coming through YouTube, so I think we got the problem fixed, which is awesome. I'm so glad I have that working now. Hello everyone. Dirt Good, how you doing? On YouTube, John Peter, welcome. Zulex, yes, it was the stream key. So I don't know what happened. All I had to do is end restream. I just removed YouTube and I re-added it and it just worked. So I think YouTube has a new UI experience for streaming. So maybe when they released that feature, it kind of messed up that connection. So by resetting that, I think I have it fixed. So, all right, everyone can see. That's awesome. I'm so excited. Another thing I need your help with is, so when I was archiving my past streams to my YouTube channel, I noticed something. I noticed I didn't have any music in the background, and it was really awkward. Like, you just heard me talking. So, if you could please let me know if you hear the music. That would be amazing. Sue and Ryan, there's a video audio sync issue. Depending on where you're at, on which channel you're at, there may be some sync issues through the stream. Shirley Dev, thank God. I thought the music was in my head. Yeah, so just imagine those times where, like, I'm listening to music the whole time. You guys just couldn't hear it. So I'd be sitting here like dancing and looking like a fool because you don't see the music. You don't hear the music. And it's not recorded, so yeah, that was me. Yes. Video game kind of music. John Peter, we like your voice. You're too kind, my friend. You're too kind. I was told I have the face for radio. Actually, I'm looking a little scruffy here. Let me look. Yeah, I need a haircut and a shave. So, a lot of people ask, it's like, oh, you're growing a beard out. I'm just lazy. I'm a lazy programmer, and I'm just a lazy person. This is just because I'm lazy. I don't feel like shaving. Just explain the music wasn't licensed for streaming, so you couldn't share. Shirley Dev, that's a great idea. I'll put a disclaimer in there. Need some just for men. Yeah. I need to take care of this. But I'm not going to, like, do a razor. I just look weird. Like, completely shaved. So I'll just, like, get my clippers out as soon as I get my hair cut. But yeah, so next week... No, it's the week after. So not this coming Sunday, but next Sunday, I'm going to be at an event called Tyler Mesh in Indianapolis. So I will not be able to stream that week. However, I'll be back. But it's like I said, I'll be here next week. It's just the following week. I'll be at an event. And then October, I'm going to FinJS. I'll be speaking at FinJS in New York City. So if you're in the New York City area, and the week of like October, I think it's 22nd-ish. Let me know. We can meet for lunch or something. Get some drinks. That'd be fun. And also, if you're just joining us today, maybe this is the first time you're seeing the stream, I have to warn you, I have construction going on in my backyard. So if you hear some sawing, some Fiesta music, some equipment, the beep, beep, if you hear any of that, just ignore it. Hopefully the background music will help drown some of that out. You know what the most annoying part of this backyard project is? Is that they had to take all my gates down, okay, to get all their equipment in. Well, I have a dog. I have a 1.5-year-old husky, and she likes to pee and poo outside. However, if you know anything about the husky breed, they are notorious for taken off. Like, they are escape artists. So with those gates down, we make it too easy for her. So we can't just let her out, right? So unfortunately, she has been pooping and peeing upstairs secretly. She sneaks off because she knows she's not supposed to. So she waits until I'm not paying attention, like I'm in a stream. Like right now, she knows I'm streaming. I guarantee you, she's sneaking upstairs and she's going to pee and poo in the guest room. And that's so frustrating. First time today live with you. I missed previous ones, although I did get a notification. Sweet! Welcome! Welcome to the live show! This, it's just like the recorded version, except you get to interact with me. Right? Only a big difference. But yeah. Brian, can you say about styling of dialogue service? You know, we might get to dialogue service today. Maybe not, because hopefully what I'm hoping to accomplish today is I'm hoping to get some data showing, just some dummy data, right? We want to create some business objects, and we want to have some emails to list and select and click through, and we want to get that in place. So we'll be creating business objects. We'll be creating some services, like a mail service, an email service. Let me put it that way. Email service. Okay. Not a mail service. It's not that kind of show, people. Not that kind of show. So we'll create an email service. We can see how creating services works. And then we will see about dialogue service. Though it's really easy. Actually, here, let me show you. Let me just show you. I'm going to open up my web browser. Just real quick, because we might not have time for today. So I'll just show you where to go for that. If we go to a release, so we're in the Prism GitHub, and we go to release, we'll see. When did I release that? Here, WPF. Yep. So in WPF, we have the new iDialogue service for WPF, and if you scroll on down, you know what? I need to pull this out and just create a documentation topic and put it in the docs. It's already written right here. Simplify, register a custom dialogue, style the dialogue window. So essentially what we did is we provided an attached property that allows you to style the window from the dialogue user control, right? So you would just add this attached property, set your target type, and then provide any of the properties and values that you want, and poof, you magically style your hosted dialogue window. And because of this, the window can be styled differently depending on the dialogue you're using, which is pretty freaking cool, right? Yeah, it's cool. I like that. So yeah, can I ask a quick question? Yeah. What? Okay, Xamarin Forms. Let's see. Yeah, go ahead. Let's ask. Ask your question. Suwana? How do you say that? Suwana Ryan? Freddie. Brian, are you to add support for shell? We are actually blocked by Xamarin Forms for shell support. The shell APIs for navigation, for example, are extremely limited. And honestly, they're useless to us. We can't do anything with it. So let me open that back up. I'm going to uh-oh, where'd it go? Wrong monitor. So if we go back to the GitHub page here, github.com, Prism Library/Prism. If you look at the issues, we can see we have a shell support in here. Right here, support for Xamarin Forms shell. We are blocked by platform. This is a new tag we added to let people know why we aren't working on something. And as you can see, we are blocked a lot by Xamarin Forms. It's pretty actually limiting right now. So if you ever see an issue or have an issue, be sure to come search. We may actually already have it open. It's just blocked. We're blocked. So yeah. And of course, if you find a bug, please let us know. Okay. Pronounced Soon Orion. Got it. Thank you. Soon Orion. Okay. So if there's no more introduction questions, let's get coding. right? Let's write some code. So let's just take a quick look. Let's run the app and just kind of see where we left off on Tuesday. What did we do on Tuesday? We did the region behavior on Tuesday, didn't we? Because this is part 4. I think this is our 4th iteration on this application. And oh, there it is. Too many monitors. So what we have here is we have it to where when we click around, we are injecting the tabs depending on the view that we have navigated to in the content region, right? And we created that dependent view attribute to where all we have to do to make that work is if we look at the mail list, for example, all we have to do is attribute this view with our dependent view attribute. We tell the attribute which region we want the dependent view to be injected to and the type of the view that we're going to inject, and it just magically works, right? So we did that in the last last stream. Oh, the real Brian Lagunas, huh? I'm pretty sure I'm the real Brian Lagunas here. I'm pretty sure I'm right here. I see me, right here. I'm still watching you. I'm researching you. I Googled you. I didn't find you. Every time I Googled the real Brian Lagunas, and I came up. I'm just saying. And if Google says it, then it's got to be true. Okay. So what we want to do now is we need some dummy data to work with. Jobu, how to navigate to view B that has its own data context, navigate back to a view that inherits the data context from the parent, not invoking on navigate to in the parent. I'm not sure I fully understand that. So each view we navigate to has its own data context. So for example, this mail list, it has its own view model, mail list view model, which is separate from the main window view model, which is the shell, right? So each view does have its own data context. Navigating back to a view that inherits the data context from the parent. Yeah. So the parent has one data context. For example, in this case, if we look at the shell, and let me just run it again so we can get the full picture, right? That's exactly what we have going on right now. And I think it always opens up on this monitor. So I'm just going to, yep, there it is. So we actually have multiple views in this one view. Multiple views, okay? Silarus, how you doing? Thanks for joining. So the main view we have is the shell, the main window, which remember is a very, very simple dumbed down view. It's just a master page, if you will. It's like a template. All it has is a ribbon placeholder, right? We're using that as a region. We have an outlook bar control, which we're using as a region, and a content control, which we're using as a region. Now this ribbon window, the shell, has its own data context, okay? Now we have 3 regions defined in this shell, meaning we have 3 separate views going into this one shell window, right? And each one of those views has its own data context. And if it doesn't, remember what happened in the last stream? We saw what happens if we injected a view into the content region, or I think it was the outlook bar. We injected a view into the outlook bar, and it didn't have its own data context. So what happened was it actually inherited the parent's data context. So we saw data from the parent view model because the view we were injecting into the outlook bar didn't have a view model, right? So that's exactly what we have going on now. So what we want to do now, today, is we're going to create some objects. I have a grid here. You can't see it because there's no data in it. Mortelbox, how you doing? Thanks for joining. Welcome, welcome. So we have a grid here, but no data. And so we need some data, right? What we're going to do is we'll create some objects, some business objects, very simple ones. And then we're going to create a service. And the service is going to be responsible for serving up our data. Now, in our case, our service is going to be very simple. Not a lot to it. This might be a little close. Let me back that up. Not a lot to it. But you would be able to modify the service in your applications to hit actual live data or a live email service, if you will. So let's get started with that. Oh, you already have so much code written. Second or third session. This is actually the fourth session, I believe. Yes. I've had issues getting the stream working on YouTube. It's always worked on Twitch. Like I haven't had any problems on Twitch. But recently, like in the past 2 or 3, just did not work on YouTube. So, let's do this. I'm glad you brought that up. Doop. Because I have this, all the code I have is on GitHub, available for everyone. Let me get the link. Oh, view on GitHub. There we go. So I'm going to copy and paste the link to the code into the chat. John is saying this is the third session. Okay, third session. I could have swore it was the fourth, but I guess third. I lose track of my days. What can I say? But yeah, so I just pasted the link to the GitHub repo for all the code we're working on. So it should be available in the chat window. So click on that and feel free to clone or download or do whatever you want. After every stream, I check in all the code we did during that stream for everyone to start looking at and playing with and stealing and putting in their own apps, right? How do you get Infrajustice code working? You need a sub? Okay, so if you're new to the stream, let me go back to our code here. You'll notice I'm using some third-party controls. For example, the XAM data grid. Or if we went at the main window, we have a ribbon, XAM ribbon window, and a XAM ribbon control. Like we have all these controls that make our app look like Outlook, right? And I don't have to write these controls myself because we're using a third-party library called Infragistics. And so the way you can get Infragistics controls is actually there's 3 ways. There's 3 ways. First one is obvious. You buy it. Okay? You buy it or your company buys it. The second way is we have a trial. So you can just sign up as like a 30-day trial. Sign up for that. And trust me, we'll finish this in way under 30 days. And then you can play with that for 30 days. 2 or 3. Man, I can't count. Let me bring my... Okay, right here. I'm actually running a contest on my YouTube channel. So everyone who's watching, I'm doing a series. Oh, look, that's me live now. Hey, what happened? I didn't say reload. Okay. You see this desktop to web series right here? So for every video in this desktop to web series where I teach developers how to go from Angular or from WPF to Angular, I give away a license. And all you have to do is like the video, subscribe, and comment, and then you're entered. And so I'm a little behind, but I have, let me look at my board. I have 4 more videos to do. I have navigation, that's routing navigation, passing parameters, relative navigation, and it looks like modules. So I have at least 4 more videos. So that's 4 more chances for you to win a free license for Infragistics Ultimate. Now, let's go check out what Infragistics Ultimate is, because this is what you'd be winning. Ultimate, boop, right there. Essentially, Ultimate comes with every single control for every platform that Infragistics has. Angular, React, JavaScript, HTML5, ASP.NET, Windows Forms, WPF, Indigo Mobile, you name it, Xamarin Forms, iOS, Android. And it's worth almost $2,000. So if you're looking to get a free license, head to my YouTube channel and start watching my desktop to web series and comment and enter to win. All you got to do is comment and like the video and you're done. Death Packs, thanks for joining, my friend. All right, so everyone's got the link to the GitHub. Yep, that's what we're referring to. Nishit, yep, okay, great. All right, so let's get creating some code to populate our grid. So I guess the obvious thing is we need a business object, right? So let's go into our business library here. And should we... Question to you. We're going to have some properties that may or may not need to implement iNotify property change. So I'm going to go ahead and start just adding a class. I know I need an email message. Mail message. That's a good class name. Mail message. Or it should be email message. It doesn't matter. We'll call it mail message. Now, we're going to have some properties on here. We'll make this public so I can use it. That need to... It may... I don't know if it does or not yet. I haven't got there. But it's possible that they'll need to raise iNotify property change notifications. Now, we can approach this in two different ways. We can write our own business base class that implements the interface. Or we can bring in Prism.core and use bindable base. What do you guys want? It doesn't matter to me. I will say, if you're writing a production application and your business library should not have any coupling to any frameworks because maybe it's used on web, maybe it's used on mobile, maybe it's used somewhere else, then you might not want to take dependencies on other things. You want to keep it as simple as possible. If that's the case, we should just write our own business base class. And we can do that because it's really simple. However, this specific business, this project, it's not going to go anywhere else. So I could get away with just using bindable base out of Prism.core, and we already have the NuGet package here. So, yep, John Peter, Nishit. Yeah, okay, so that's what we'll do. We'll say installed. Prism.core. We'll go into business. Now, we won't probably use anything else from Prism.core, so this might be overkill. But it's just less code we have to write in the stream. Okay, so now... Durgut, write your own. So maybe the next series in Prism Outlook XF edition. And actually, I probably will still wind up writing my own. I always do anyways, because you never know what you're going to need. John Peter, we're here for all the Prism goodies. Yes, we are. Okay, so I'm gonna create a business base. And this business base will come from Prism's bindable base. And all this gives us is iNotify property change. That's all it does. So if you ever if you see samples online that use Prism, just keep in mind you are not forced to use this. It's only iNotify property. That's it. That's all there is to it. There's nothing special about bindable base at all. And so actually, that's an intro. I'm gonna make that protected. Protected. Oh, I can't. Never mind. Gotta do public. Because this is public. All right. So we'll just leave that there. And now, business base. Sweet. Okay. Death packs. Prism is all new to me. That's great. Prism is awesome. So, Death Packs, I don't know how long you've been watching this stream or if you watched the past ones, but I recommend go watch those streams because you'll see just how easy it is to put this whole app together. Like, it's really not been hardly any code we've had to write to get this to work. Most of the 2-hour streams are me just talking, right? All right, so mail message. We need some properties. Let me open up my Outlook over here to the left so I can look at it. And yeah, okay, so I'm looking at an email. Well, first off, we know we need some type of ID. Like that's a no-brainer. We need a way to uniquely identify a message. We know this. But it looks like I have from, to, CC, subject. Okay, so let's start with there. So prop P. Let's do we need a from, right? So that'd be like from me. And then the snippet I'm using, this snippet is from the Prism template pack. So if you guys don't know what that is, just go to extensions, manage extensions, and then you can search online, but I already have it installed. The Prism template pack. So it comes with a whole bunch of code snippets and project and item templates. And so this is just, this prop P, whoops, is one of those I'm using. Okay, so we have from, we have a subject. Okay, so we have a subject here. So we know what we're sending. Let's see, what else do we have? We have a to and a CC. Okay, to. But let's think about this. A to can actually be more than one person. I can send an email to multiple people. So this has to be a collection. It could be an I list, an I enumerable. Or we can make it an observable collection. Whoops. Of string to hold all the emails. Oh man, my snippet broke on me. That's okay. We'll fix it. I'll call this to. And we'll have to copy and paste this. Oh, the good old copy paste dialogue. Now, whoops, didn't fix this. When you ask yourself, when do I care about observable collection? Because this may not make sense. I won't know until I start coding. Okay? All an observable collection does is when you add an item to the collection, the UI is notified and will update any components or controls that are bound to that collection to visualize that new item. So for example, if we have a list, in this case, a list box. Let's say a list box of people we're sending this email to. Well, in code, if I were to add a new person or new contact to this collection, the UI would automatically just show that new person in that control. I don't have to like do listbox.add this new person, right? I don't have to do that. That's where observable comes in. If we don't care about that, then this could just be like an iList or something, right? It could be anything else. It could just be a normal collection. For now, we will do an observable collection because I'm not sure yet. If it turns out we don't need the notification, the UI notifications, I'll come and I'll change it back. Or maybe I could just say, make it a list now, and if I need notifications, change it. I've already written the code. Too bad. All right, so we'll do another observable collection of string. And this is going to be from, no, not from. We have to, oh, CC. We can CC somebody, right? Yep. What the? Okay. What else can we do? I think it's just, we have our subject. We have from, subject to, CC. I don't care about BCC. I don't care about that. And then we need a body of an email, right? Yeah, an email has a body. And that's going to be a string. And what else do I see that we need? We probably need some type... You know what? We need to know when it was sent, right? Date, time. Should I call it like date sent or date? I'll just say date sent. And I don't... You know what? I might need... I'm going to... Okay, here we go. We'll do this. No, not date sent. What the heck? Okay. Attachments. Do we care about attachments right now? Let's save attachments. Let's save attachments. There's also other things I'm seeing on my Outlook here. I'm seeing like the flag, you know, like priority, the little red flag. I'm seeing categories, where we can categorize something. So like a mail priority. We have categories. We have some. We got to know if it's red or not. Has been read, right? Something like that. Okay, let's come back to that. Let's just get data, and then we'll worry about the other stuff. We'll come back and add functionality as we need it. I think this is a good start. This is a good start. This is the basics of an email message. So we will start with this. Next, we need to populate our data grid with some data. And so for that to happen, we need a way to get this data. Now, what a lot of people do, and there's nothing, well, yeah, there is something wrong with this. I was going to try to be nice. I'm not being nice. Don't do this. So mail list view model. I know we need a property. And this will be an observable collection of mail messages. And nope. That one. Oh man, really? Messages. And then I guess my snippet got messed up when I added those using statements. Okay, so your first inclination might be that we just kind of, you know, messages equals new observable collection, and then we do like a for each, or for x equals I 0 and loop through and just create some dummy data. We do not want to create that data in our view model. And actually, I'm going to, yeah. We don't want to do that. Don't want to do that at all. What we want to do is we want to leverage a service, right? So what this does is it decouples the logic and knowledge of getting emails away from the view model, almost away from the app itself, because we're going to create a new project for this. And so we can decouple all that knowledge about how that happens and just say, hey, I need a service that's going to get it for me. I don't care how it comes to me. I'm just expecting it to return this. And that's all we need to know. So let's go ahead and create another project. And my right click is not working. Oh, there it goes. Something is up with Visual Studio. Let's add a new project. We could do... What do you want to do? You want to do a class library? Net standard? Sure. Let's do that. And we'll call this Prism Outlook.services. Yeah, that looks good. We'll do that. Now, here's another decision you have to make. Exactly how abstract do you want to take this? And what I mean by this is, so each service we have is going to have an interface. The beauty about this is that our modules and our application really won't know about the implementation. They'll only know the interface. So one approach you can do is just really abstract the crap out of this. And I'll show you an approach. We'll do a new project. We'll do a class library. That's fine. A net standard one. Prism Outlook. Services. interfaces or contracts or something like that. So we can put our interfaces for our services into a separate project, into a separate assembly. This will completely abstract away any knowledge of service implementation from our modules or from the app itself. So let's remove this. So for example, I'll add a reference to the interfaces project. I'm not going to add one to the services, just the interfaces. Okay, right there. And of course, we need to add the reference here. Where's my, oh, let's do this. Add reference. I'll add that to both because that's our implementation. Actually, we may not. Let me remove that. Let me remove that. I'm not ready for that yet. We'll have to make that decision in a minute. Okay, so we've added our interface reference. So let's go ahead and create a simple interface. I'll just add a new class. Bam, interface. Okay. iMail service. We'll make this a public interface. And like, for example, we can say, do I want to have a, I want to keep this simple. I want to keep this simple. So we could just have it return an iList possibly. Or we can have it return, yeah. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do iList of mail message. And we'll add a reference to business. Get inbox items. Okay. So we have this interface. And I don't know, we may want to make that async too. We'll come back to that. And we'll come back to this. Let's just, yeah, okay. So think. Now we need an implementation. So we had this iMail service interface. So now our implementation go in the services project. But you're saying, but Brian, why do I care about this? Why are you putting this in a separate project? Well, what if we did this? New project. Yeah, we'll do a class library, net standard, Prism, Outlook, .services, .debug, or .production. Right? Let's do this, .prod. Now, well, there we go. Now you can imagine we can have different implementations of that interface depending on our needs, right? So this gets into more of that production scenario where you have a production app. Then what happens is you can have a build configuration, say debug. And if you're in the debug configuration, you're using this project, okay? If you're in production or release mode, you're going to be using the production service, right? So this is going to really help with just testing, developing, and be able to swap out that implementation without breaking anything, without having to change a single line of code, okay? So we will just delete this. I just wanted to just talk about that, but we will remove this because we're not going to have that in this sample. So we'll remove that. And sure, we'll save it. Okay, let's go back to our services, and we need to add a class here. We need an implementer. Okay, we need a mail service. So mail service. I should call that email service because that sounds really bad. I do not provide mail services, people. It's not something I do. I promise. Why a class library? Can't we do that using config, transformation, and handle that using CI/CD pipelines? You can. I'm sure anything's possible using that. However, why? It really depends on your scenario. You may have a service that hits a debug database. So in that case, the only thing that changes is your endpoint of where that database exists. However, you may be running unit tests, and those unit tests don't need to hit a database, hence unit test, not integration test. We're hitting a unit test, and so you need to have a separate mock of that service locally that you can run unit tests against. So this really depends on your specific scenario. In our scenario, this is going to work fine. Okay, so we'll say public mail service implements iMail service. Add our reference and using statement, although I thought I did that, but I guess I didn't. C# add import code fix provider encountered an error and has been disabled. Enable that again. Add reference. What? So my Visual Studio decided to just crap out on me. Hey, what's this? Do I need to build this? Why am I getting an error here? Let's build this. Hold on. Let me comment this out and do a build because something is weird. Why am I getting an exclamation point? Net standard. Net standard. Let me just delete this and try again. I think Visual Studio might be mad at me. We're gonna add a reference. Oh, so I have a Visual Studio problem. Yep. Dear Group Lad, you are right. Let's close this bad boy down and start it back up. You have to love Visual Studio. Gotta love it. Let's see if the restart works. I don't know how many times I actually have to do that in a day. For the most part, Visual Studio is a great IDE, but it does have its quirks sometimes. So let's try this. Oh, I'm not touching anything. I'm gonna wait until Visual Studio says it's done. Okay. Says ready, but is it lying to me? Yep, it's lying to me. Okay, I'm scared to touch anything. Live analysis. Should I touch it? Okay, I'm gonna go for it. Here we go. I'm adding a reference to interfaces. Okay, I think that fixed it. I think we're good now. Hold on. Okay, whew, thought it froze on me. And then let's implement this interface. Now, I need to keep this really simple for our purposes. So for now, this will return null, so I don't get a build error. Since I don't have a real database I'm hooked up to, I'm thinking I'm just gonna create a static list of something. So static list of a mail message, and I'll call it inbox items equals a new list of mail message. And then I think the syntax for, I can actually do this like all in line, right? I can like add new ones. New mail message, right? Yeah, I could do this. comma. Yeah, okay. So we have an ID. Make that 1. I'm sure if this should be an... I'm not sure if that should be an int or not. We need a 2. Yep, 2. Actually, that's not 2. I want to say from first. So from me. Right? So we'll say B Lagunas at infragistics.com. That's my real email, just so you know. If you want to email me, feel free. That's my real email. 2. And then we'll say a new collection. Let's get rid of that. Add that. Oh, not okay. So 2, and then I can do this. I just need some fake emails. Jane at doe.com and John at doe.com. Do we care about CC? You know what? I don't really care about CC. The sheet. By the look of it, we need to extend the mail message class to inbox and sent. No, the mail message class itself, right? So he's basically saying, look, we might need a sent message and an inbox message. Actually, we don't need to do that. Our service is going to be responsible for providing us the messages we request. So I'm going to say we need the inbox items. And the service will go and give me all the mail messages that are from the inbox. I'll say, give me the deleted items. It's going to give me all the messages, the mail message objects that are in the deleted folder, right? So the mail message itself, the class object, is the same across the board. The only difference is what folder they exist in. And that might have to do more with we might need a flags property so we know if it's deleted or not, for example. We'll get back to that. Okay. CC, I see CC. I don't really care about CC. I have the from, I have the to. We need a subject. Okay, subject. Subject is this is a test email. And of course, what else? Okay, so we need a body. This is the body of an email. And then date sent. Date time dot now will work. Yeah. Okay. Oh, wait. That's a property. That's not a method. What was I thinking? Okay. So let's just copy. I want a couple of these. So we'll do the good old dangerous. Right. This is pretty dangerous, but we will do it anyways. Nope. Can't even count. And for some reason, my document's not being formatted. Okay, so this is a test email 2, body of the email 2. This is test email 3, body of the email 3. Then here, we could just say return inbox items. Yay! See how simple that is? Very simple, nothing fancy right now. We'll leave that there. Okay. Date sent. Is there like a date time? Is there like a minus, like a add? Yeah, there we go. Add days, like -1 day. Right? Yeah, I thought so. Add days. -5. Okay, that'll work. So that's our inbox items. Okay, looks good. And I think we're done with this the basic service. Like we'll have to worry about deleting and stuff. So let's do this. Let's just kind of stub this out. There, we have some placeholders for sent and deleted items. So this is what we're going to use This is our database, right? Very simple database. So you know what we should do is, if we're gonna do that, we might as well say get sent items, get deleted items. Yeah, that works. Because I can then come in here, implement those, return deleted items, and return sent items. Whoops. All right, yeah, that looks very simple, right? Very easy. We'll do that, and then okay, that's a very simple service. Now, like I said, the cool thing about this is all we care about is the interface, really. The calling code only cares about this. Now, a decision we have to make is where are we going to register this service? Now, it's only being used in the mail module. So I'm not sure we need to register it at the shell application level. I think we will be safe registering this at the mail module level. Right, so let's right click. Come on. What is going on with my Visual Studio? There we go. Let's add a reference to the services implementation to mail. And in mail module, we have to let our container know about our service, right? So let's say container registry dot register, and we want a singleton. iMail service. Where's my using statement? Okay. And mail service. Nope, not mail. I said mail service. There we go. So what this says is I'm letting the container know at the module level, only in the mail module, because this mail service, this email service, is not going to be used in calendar. It's not going to be used in contacts. It's only used in the mail module. So that's where I'm going to register it, because that's where it makes sense. If it needed to be shared by more than one module, then I would probably pull it out. But for now, this is where it belongs. I'm also saying this is a singleton. I only want one instance of this floating around. Otherwise, every time I requested it, I would get a new instance. And we don't want to do that. Okay? We want the same instance across every request for it. So let's close that. And let's go into our mail list view model. Now, all we have to do is say, hey, I need the iMail service to function. Right there. Right? That's all we needed. So now we have the mail service. Now, notice I'm not newing up any objects. Actually, I think the only place I've ever newed up an object was in this service here. And this is just dummy data. Like, this is not production data here. So that's okay. But we are not newing up anything. We are relying on our container to provide us with the objects we request. So we are highly testable right now, because if I write a unit test for this, I just mock this iMail service, and now I can run tests against it and not have to worry about hitting a database or hitting anything that's not that may be critical. We don't want to touch. All right. So I need to change this. I need to change some stuff up, because I actually want to know the folder we're coming from. Right? So when we navigate to this, for now, we're going to do this. Messages equals mail service dot get inbox items. Right? Why are you yelling at me? Oh, wait a minute. Oh, because that's an observable collection, and I'm returning an iList. So we'll just do that. That's why you were mad at me. So we're just gonna hard code this right quick. So let's. Oh, wait a minute. I gotta bind to it first. So let's go to our XAMPP data grid. HER, hey buddy, good to see ya. You're late. You're late, my friend. What's going on? I expected better from you. Okay, so we need to data bind this data grid to that collection and set it up. Ah, HER, needed to go to the office today. Hey, I feel for you, man. I feel for you. This is my office. Well, you can't see it because I have a green screen and actually you can't see anything behind me. But my office is a 10 by 10 room. But I have nice windows behind me. If you've ever worked in an office without windows, oh, you're lucky. I worked at an office that didn't have windows for a year, and it nearly drove me crazy. I didn't realize how important windows were until I worked there, and I'm like, I'm out of here. I can't work this. There's no way I can work like this. Okay, so the XAMPP data grid is an Infragistics WPF control, and I'm gonna be honest, the API could be a little overwhelming. So, oh, caffeined, finally caught a live stream. All right, and I'm stuck in off. No windows. Oh, it sucks. I'm so sorry. You know, maybe I should remove my green screen and just give you some light from my windows behind me. See more users from Twitch. I don't know that. Signed up there. Oh, cool. Yeah, Twitch is an awesome platform. I've been really happy with it. All right, so XAMPP data grid. The API could be a little overwhelming because this control has been around since WPF first. I mean, I want to say this control was written in like 2008. Like that's how old this control is. And just imagine the number of features that have been added in the last 11 years on this freaking control. So that makes for a very intimidating API. So we actually wrote a designer for it to help you use it. And so I can just see this little light bulb, configure XAMPP data grid. So I can just click this little light bulb, and what's going to happen is it's going to pop up a dialog here that will allow me to have a WYSIWYG designer. So I can create a data binding to messages because it automatically knows, hey, your data context is the mail list view model. And these are properties off that view model. Which one do you want to bind to? Well, I'm going to bind to the messages property. And I can see it's an observable collection of mail message. So I'm going to create that binding. What did I do? Well, essentially, if I did something wrong, apparently I did. Did I not build it? Maybe I didn't. No, I built it. Everything's built. Let me rebuild this. Where's my rebuild? Oh, it's up here. Well, when it does work, it's freaking awesome. Luckily for us, I know the API, so I can just hand type it. But I wanted to show this tool. Let's try this one more time. It might not like .NET Standard libraries, actually. Now that I think about it, that mail message is in a .NET Standard library. It might not know what to do with that. I'll need to fix that. So essentially, we have an item source. No. We have a data source. Sorry. See, that's what I'm talking about. This is the old WinForms API. Because back in the day, when this first came out, there were no grids. They were like the first ones, right? Messages. I think it's called messages. Okay. And let's just Let me just run this. I just want to see what happens right quick. HDR, the demo gods are angry. Yes, they are. And I think it's my fault because I never considered a class library to have to generate that. So basically what happens is, what's really cool is when you change your data source in that designer, we use Roslyn to dynamically generate design time data. However, I don't think I even looked into looking for .NET Standard libraries. I was always looking at .NET Framework. All right, so we have data here. We have data. Doesn't look how we want it to look. For sure, we're going to change that. However, we have data. Sweet. Okay. So let's do this. Let me open up my my Outlook again so I can kind of see what that list looks like. It's pretty simple. Okay, pretty simple. So we'll go IG Sam data grid dot field layouts, and we're going to create a new field layout. What's this? Nishi, use Infragistics first in WinForms days. You are right. Back then, I even liked the ribbon. Yeah. So if you're a WinForms customer of Infragistics, you're going to feel right at home with this grid. However, if you're a WPF developer, it's a little not what you would expect. For example, you would expect an item source property, right? Got me. It's data source. Little things like that. So IG field layout, and now we can define some fields. Looks like we need a from. Yeah, we need a. Okay, so we need a from. So we make that a text field, right? I mean, not binding. Heck, did I forget how to use this? I forgot how to use this. Oh, I think it's just name. Yep, name. Name is from. And then we need a subject. Yep, okay. IG text field. Nope, not text editor. Text field, name, subject. What else do we need? I see. Okay, we probably need I see a date. For now, I mean, my design is, we'll fix the design later. Date time field. Name, date sent. So this should look a little better. Caffeine. I appreciate you answering my question on your thought process behind using an interface over another attribute for dependency view discovery and the region behavior. Helps a lot to understand sometimes. That's what I'm here for, my friend. That's what I'm here for. I'm here to spread the knowledge. Well, what little I know. But whatever I know, I'm going to share it. Dang it. Okay, so we have the from, the subject. Okay, cool. Oh, yeah, we're going to want to get rid of that. So that means... Oh, I know what's happening. I know. See, this is why I need that designer. Yeah, from to body. Yeah, okay. I don't know if we'll have time to really do that. Yeah. For now, we'll just keep it a grid layout. I'm looking at the design. That might take some extra effort. I don't know if you want to sit here and watch me type all that out. Maybe I'll do that when the stream ends. I'll just kind of rearrange the stuff. What am I looking for? Oh, yeah. XAMPP data grid dot field layout settings. Whoops. Because I do not want to auto-generate fields. That's what was getting me right there. Will the designers work now that you manually set the data source? I don't think so, and I think it's because, like I said, I didn't account for .NET Standard projects. That's totally my fault. It's a bug. Like, it's a bug in the designer that I didn't even think about until I just started using it. Okay. So, got rid of that. I still need to make this look better. But we do have some selections here. Yeah, because what happens is it reads the data source, the type, in this case, mail message. And yeah, I got the error again right here. See, and I use Roslyn to dynamically generate sample data off that, but I'm not taking into account that that's a .NET Standard library. However, what if we just change that? What if we just change this? Right? Oh, but this is the SDK style it's more along, probably it's the SDK style project. Okay, I'm gonna do an experiment. This may break us. I think it's net 472. Whoops, 4. Is that what it is? I think it's 4. Hold on. I might have broke us because anything that depends on this might not work. Let me try again. It may be that it's an SDK style project, because that's new since the configurators were written. So let's find out. I'm going to find out what I need to fix. I'm going to find out if I need to fix reading the project type or the object type. Yeah, see, that still didn't work. Okay. Let's go. Where does it say I need to go? Users. B Lagunas. App data. I know where you're at. Okay, app data. Roaming. Infragistics. Configurator. Configurator log. Let's check you out. Yeah, see, reflection. Unable to shrink down. Here we go. Yeah, I think that's exactly what it is. I think it's the project type. Rosin compilation failed. So, looks like I have some work ahead of me, because that is a super cool tool that I need to show off because it's freaking amazeballs. It's awesome. So let me go back here and just change this back. I'll fix that and then publish an update, because I really want to show that off. That's freaking awesome. Okay, so now what we have to do, actually, let's make this a little bigger. We'll make that a little bigger, and let's make the actual app or the window a tad bigger. About 1020. Wait, 1020 by 7. Wait, what is it? 1020 by 780? Is that right? I don't even remember. No, 720. 1080. 1080. That's it. 1080 by 720. I think this is it. I just want to make the default a little bigger so we can have more real estate to work with here. Yeah, 1080 by 720. I should know that. Like, I should really know that. Come on. Where are you? Here we go. Okay, so this is better. It's bigger, right? So we can all see it. We got our emails. So now what I want to happen is when I click on this item, I want to update the info over here, right? Because this is our preview window. This is the email preview. So let's stub some stuff out here just to see that it's working. All right, so let's go back. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Don't need that. We need the lists here. So we stubbed this out last time. So we select a mail message in the grid. That means we need a property. We need a property here. This is going to be a mail message. Selected message. Wait. Pay attention. See, I almost messed that up. Selected message. Why did you do that? There. Okay. So we need that. And we're going to data bind the active data item to that property. So this is that API thing I was talking about. You don't actually use a selected data item. You use the active data item because grids are complicated. Let's do some conceptual analysis on how we can make simple things complicated. Where's that? Okay, come on. So when you're dealing with a grid, your first thought is, yeah, I select this, and now that row is the selected item, right? So I'm going to have a property called selected item that I get to bind to. However, that's not the case in a grid. Do I have multiple selection in? Yeah. So for example, I now have multiple rows selected. What's the selected item? Well, it's the one that's actively selected, this one. Or, I don't have multiple cell selection, but there's also, you can select individual cells, right? What's the selected item? Well, no, there's an active data item. It's the one that you just recently select. Like, these concepts get complex depending on the scenario. And in a grid, these selection scenarios are complex. So a lot of the times when you look at the Infragistics API, you're like, oh my gosh, I wasn't expecting that naming convention for the property. And it's because selection is complex and there's lots of different modes that you have to worry about. So, and actually that's editable. We don't want that to be editable. Okay, so let's close this. So we have this active data item. Selected message. So let's do this. Selected, whoops. Message dot from. And you know what? Just for fun, just really quick. Let's put this in a stack panel. I will make this look better off stream, but the data is what we care about. From to CC subject, right? There's a subject. And then we have the body. So let's make sure this is working. At Daddy Robot is now following. Hypebot. What's the Hypebot? I've never seen the Hypebot before. Does anyone know what a Hypebot is? Well, Daddy Robot. Thank you for following me. I hope you enjoy this stream. That was my robot voice, if you couldn't tell. That's not how I really talk. So now, there we go. Check that out. Now we can see that our 2 is a collection. So we can't data bind a text box to it, obviously. Caffeined. I think it's the smiley face like Jeff Fritz uses. Oh, okay. AGR. Oh my God, never do that voice again. Hey, I can do the dance too. No dance either. How about the dance but not the voice, or both? I can do both. So we have some UI things to worry about, but we have the from. We have the 2, which is a collection. It's a collection of people. We got that. We have, yep, this is the subject, and this is the body. Now, the dance is better. Got it. No voice. Got the dance. So now, what should we do now? What should we do now? We could try to make this look prettier. Maybe. Actually, I need to fix that. That should not be editable for one, right? We should not be able to edit the grid. And if I remember correctly, IG XAMPP data grid, I think it's on field settings. Yep, allow edit. Let me capitalize that. I don't know if it matters if it's capitalized or not, but I'll capitalize it. Okay, let me just make sure that's what I was expecting. So just looking at this API, you can see why you need that designer, right? It really helps a lot. I can't believe I never thought about supporting a .NET Standard class library before. Okay. Yep, there we go. Yay, that worked. Oh, and I have this. I have the group by. Ooh, what if we get rid of, what if we do this? What if we say date sent? Hey, now we're looking somewhere, right? Hey, we might want to do something like this, maybe, possibly. It's just a field property allow edit. Yeah, actually you're right. We could have gone... Where am I? We could have gone on the actual fields and gone allow edit. But I just wanted to do it in one place. So the thing about the XAMPP data grid control is it's extremely flexible. We have this concept of a field layout because in the case of hierarchy where you have multiple parent, child, grandchild, great-grandchild, great-great-great-great-great-great-grandchild, each one of those levels can have its own field layout which is controlled separately. So each field has its own field settings, which has its, I mean, it's a complex API, but it's extremely flexible. So once you get past that initial like shock of, oh, this is kind of a scary API, it's really, you'll see why. It's because it allows you to do so many different things. It's quite ridiculous the power this thing is. HDR, the case on, it doesn't matter if you're using the standard parsing. La 0 day, you are best. Thank you, my friend. You are the best. You. Okay. So, let's take a look-see. We have the selected message. We have our mail service here. Let's modify. Okay, let's play around with our group here. Play with our group. The code. We need the code. That's what I'm looking for. So not there. So ID. I actually want to change this to folder. I need a better way to do this. We need to refactor this. We need to refactor that. Mail group view model. Right here. Right? Let's refactor this. I don't like all these magic strings. So first, let's go public enum. Should we do no? Not public. How do we want to do this? We create a method. No. String generate navigation path. Right? Return null. we could do this. We could create a method, and then depending on the folder we're going to, then we can generate this same stuff, right? This here. This mess. Whoops. Let me do that. Something like that. And actually, I don't even want to be able to select this top one, this root one. I don't think that should be selectable. That might have to be like a... I bet we can fix that. I bet we can fix that. What do you think? Let's look at my mail group right quick. Display member path. Is there a is expanded? Is enabled member path? Is selected? Is selected? No, not is selected. I need like a selectable. Selectable one, right? Just using a factory kind of thing to resolve based on caption, or maybe it's too much. No, I think you're onto something there, Nishit. I think you're onto something. I'm just trying to think. Maybe a can navigate is what we need. A can navigate, and then we can bind that to like. I'm pretty sure it has a property for that. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Maybe some sort of item source for the menu. Well, we have an item source here. This is our item source for the menu. Navigation item. What I don't want is this magic string at all. I don't want that magic string. So I think I know what I'm going to do. We need temporarily. I'm going to add a class here. Called folder parameters. And essentially, I'm going to create constants that are going to represent the folders. I don't want to do an enum. I mean, I probably could do an enum, but I have a feeling a string is going to be more useful. So I'll do a constant, and then, like, for example, inbox, right? And I don't know if I should capitalize this or not, but it doesn't matter because we're using that. This is what I'm thinking. So we have an inbox, delete. Oh, we need a deleted. Something like this. Right? Nishit, can you again repeat your thought, what we want to achieve here? What I'm trying to achieve is this ugliness. See this ugliness right here of this magic string. You see like this right here. So, for example, this caption can now be folder parameters dot inbox. You see that? And this one, folder parameters dot deleted. See how we're getting rid of these magic strings? Dot sent. Right? Now another thing we can do here is we can create resources out of these. That way they can be localized to a different language like Japanese. Right? That might be better. right here. Then we get, you know, Japanese resources, whatever. Maybe that's better. Like inbox, right? Because if I did that, not that. I could do resources. Oh, I misspelled it. That's why it's yelling at me. Not infragistics. I need... Where's my resources? Do I need to build that? There's my resources right there. Resources. Maybe I need the properties. Properties.resources. See, then, if we did this, in this case, we could localize these, which might be kind of cool. Oh, Freddy. Hey, he's got a link. You should try this to handle resources. Let's take a look, shall we? Regex Manager. Ooh, it's an extension. Oh, and it's got a crap ton of downloads. Dude, that is cool. Powered by... Oh, okay. What's that called again? ReSharper? Oh, does that mean I have to have ReSharper installed? Because that's the logo for ReSharper, right? I am going to bookmark that and come back and check that out. Thank you for sharing. That looks freaking awesome. Nishit, get navigation path, folder parameter. You know what? I think you're right. I think you're right, Nishit. Let's do that. A string. Folder. Folder equals folder. Boop. Something like this, maybe? Is this what you're thinking? No. Well, we could do that. No dependencies. Yeah, no. Okay. Oh, no dependencies. Oh, it just said powered by ReSharper. I thought it was a ReSharper thing. Okay. Let's try this. I'm gonna go with Nishit's idea. I'm gonna take his idea. Let's start with this. Okay. So here, navigation path equals get. No, I didn't say. I called get or create. Create navigation. Generate. We need to rename that. We need to rename that. Get. I like Nishit's better. Let's rename that. And this is folder parameters dot inbox. I like get. You're right. I'm wrong. Let's change it. Yeah, that's better. That's better. I like this better. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. And this is going to be deleted. This is going to be sent. Oh, look at all these magic strings going away. I love it. Okay, let's change. Let's add. Let's add a. Let's add another one. Folder key. Okay, folder key. And then I can change. Oh, yeah. Magic string, go away. Doing better. Now we could do like. Now we could create one for the mail list. For like known navigation parameters or something. Navigation parameter. We'll come back to that. We'll come back to that one. Navigation path. This is not going to have a navigation path because you can't navigate on that. Can't navigate on that one. I'm not going to let you. Unless there's a default mail view. I mean, we might. I'm not sure about this. I'm gonna leave this just the way it is for now. We'll come back. We'll come back and fix that one. Okay. So, should we... I think we should take the resource approach here. Then we have sent. Maybe that should be inbox folder. Inbox folder, maybe? Maybe we should do that. Or like this. Folder dash inbox. Folder dash sent. Not dash, underscore. This will make us localizable. Yes. Now when I check this into to GitHub, everyone that's in another country can start localizing that. Let me build that because I'm getting a error here. I could have swore I just added that. Folder inbox, folder sent. It totally has that. Oh, because I'm retarded. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I wasn't thinking. There we go. Yes. Internationalization. Oh my gosh. Internationalization. I-8-N. I just add I-8-N. Yes. I can't even say that. Internationalization. Internationalization. That's it. I'm done. I'm not pushing my luck. Okay, let's run this and make sure that our folders are looking good. Heck, I might want to create a Japanese resource just for fun. Just to test it. Hi. 私は日本語が下手です。でも全然勉強しません。Yes, I speak Japanese, but it's very poor. 私は日本語を話します。Yay! We got that. Okay, that works. So we got rid of some magic strings. We have that working. This is kind of ugly, but I think I will mess with this offline. You guys don't need to see me mess with like the little design stuff. That's kind of boring. We care about the core of it. Nishit, I need coffee. 3:30 a.m. Holy crap, dude. Really? That is nuts. I'm too old to stay up that early or late or however you want to say that. Would that be late for you or is that early? Depends on what time you get up, I guess. Okay, so we got that. All right, so let's go back to our on-navigated to. So we fixed that. Australia. Good eye, mate. Hey, was that good? Yeah. That's all I can say. That's it. I know it's sad. Okay, kind of done here. I need the mail list view model on navigate right here. Right here. I don't need this title anymore. We're done with this title. We have messages. So what we have to do, var folder equals navigation context dot parameters dot get value of t, which is a string. And it's folder parameters. Whoop, nope. Folder parameters dot folder key. Right? Now I can do switch. Do I want to do a switch or a folder? Case. Folder parameters. Whoop, stop doing that. Folder parameters dot inbox. Break. Okay, do we want to do that? See, can you pass the folder name as a parameter directly? Yeah. Let's go back to our... Like, instead of doing this... Oh, to your service. Yeah, you could. We could definitely take a... We could do something like this. We could do something like... void... Well, it wouldn't be a void, but... We'll say, you know, get mail messages, string folder. And then depending on that, you could totally return that information. However, I don't think I want my logic there. I think I want my interface, my service to just return very specific collections. However, I mean, I guess it doesn't matter, does it? Either way works. You could totally do that. However, I'm not going to do that. But yeah, that would make this code easier, right? We would just be moving this code. You would move this code from your view model into your actual service. So your service would be taking that parameter instead. Just depends on where you want to put it, I guess. For now, I'll put it here. So I'm going to add this. I think we have two more. We have sent. Say get sent items. And we have deleted. Get deleted items. Right, something like that. Yeah, AGR agrees with you. He thinks it could be in the mail service. It totally could. So I would just put this logic in the mail service. But I already wrote it, so why change it? So let's go ahead and was thinking more of Gmail. Ernest was thinking more of Gmail, where the folders is like a tag on emails. Yeah. We could do that. Is that what you want to change it? We can change it. Let's see if it works first. It should work. But I have all my constants in this library, and it looks all nice and clean. And I don't have any magic strings. Where? Oh, there's. Sometimes it takes a while to show up. Okay. So actually, I need to fix this. I want that expanded by default. Okay. So we don't have any deleted, right? And I need to check something out. Oh, it's this AGR, is that going away from our goal of making an Outlook application? Ah, good point. Good point, AGR. Yes, I'm going to agree with it. I think it is, so we're going to keep it the way it is. I want to check something right quick. Is as I click around, I want to make sure I'm reusing the view and I'm not creating a new one. Okay, so let's just do this right quick. Let's hit on the constructor. We shouldn't hit this constructor again. Perfect. Perfect. Okay, I just wanted to make sure we were reusing the same instance, and we are. Okay. So we have that. We have the... I'm going to fix that annoying... This guy. This personal folder. I need a supporting property. That should be false by default. Basically, I want that parent item to be expanded every time, because that's really annoying me to have to keep opening that up. And that's on the group. And I think there is expanded. Come on, IntelliSense. Is expanded member path. Is expanded. Let's do this again. Have we done anything specific to reuse the same instance? Actually, I'll cover that real. You did miss the previous sessions. However, I will cover it very briefly because it's very simple to cover. Let me just make sure that my top node, that personal folders, is expanded now. And it is Butamus. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Love it, love it. Okay, so I don't have to worry about that anymore. That was an easy fix. So your question about how do you control if it's the same instance? Well, by default, Prism will keep the same view in the region unless you remove it. Now, we implemented a base view model. Right here, view model base. And we implemented this interface called iConfirmNavigationRequest. And part of this interface is iNavigationAware. Now, iNavigationAware, whoops, go back. iNavigationAware has this method on it called isNavigationTarget. This isNavigationTarget specifies if you're going to create a new instance of the view or reuse the same instance of the view. In this case, we're saying true. Reuse. Yes, we are reusing. So actually, let's do this. I'm going to comment that. Reuse instance by default. Now, one thing, an example might be, let's say you have a tab control where you're editing, contacts. And you double click on a contact and it has an ID of 3. Well, you can come in here and you can say, hey, if this.id equals 3, well, then we're going to reuse. Otherwise, it's not. You're going to do something else. You're going to create a new instance, right? So this method gives you control on how to reuse or create new instances of your view using business logic, right? Really easy. Okay, AGR. Now you should really auto-select inbox. Ugh. You're right. You're right. Okay. That would probably be done here. We probably would do that here. Right? I mean, we come in navigation path. We're going to check the tree. Is there any selected node? If we say no, we could either set the default here, or we could just grab. We can grab the first one. I'm not sure. Yeah, magic string. I know it. I'm not sure what we want to do. Another thing we can do, well, we could actually get the data context, like something like this. A data context, whoops. Mail group view model dot. Whoop. Could do something like, yeah, we'll just add that real quick. Sure. We have the items, and then what we could do is we could select where. Oh, I need link. System what? System.link. Yeah, I need a link. Then I could say items dot select or wait dot first or default, because if it's null, right? AGR, does the tree view have an option to auto select the first? I could probably do that, but let me continue with this thought. Yeah, navigation first or default. Wait, x dot caption equals. Oh no. It's got to be the caption. So we're doing properties dot resources dot inbox, right? I mean, we could do something like that. I mean, or yeah, we could. I don't know. I'm feeling kind of lazy right now. So let's do this. Let's do this. Oh, but that won't be the selected. That won't be the selected node, even if I did that. I mean, that's going to be the first view that's navigated to, right? But it will not select. It will not select the node, which might be confusing. Where's the app? Here it is. Yeah, so exactly what I thought. Exactly what I thought. We have yeah. I got to think about this because I'm not sure. Because a tree is multiple levels, so how would it know what level I wanted to select? So I might have to do some trickeration. I might have to handle. I can get this to work. I know it. I know I can. I know I can get this to work. I gotta think. I just gotta think. Does our tree? Yep, data tree. Okay. You need to drive this action automated from UI event, else navigation won't happen. Well, no, the trick is I just have to select the default node in the tree. That's it. So theoretically, think you need to drive this action. Okay. If I handle the loaded event, walk the items to the yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Caffeine. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking I can walk the items, right? I don't know. I might be opening a can of worms here. Is it that important to you? Okay. So, for example, data tree.loaded. What the heck is this? Right? So when it's loaded, but I also have to have, when the node changes, I have to keep track of this stuff. Would it be changing? Changed? Let's go changing before it occurs. Because I'm gonna have to know this. Because I want to keep the selected item, keep track of the selected item, or keeping track of the selected item. Right? So if I walk the items. So okay, so first we could say selected item equals e dot new active tree node, right? Dot data as a navigation item. Something like this, right? And then if it's, yeah. Whoops, wrong way. If the selected item is not null, then, well, let me get rid of it. No, if it is null. No, if it's not null. No, I don't need to do that. I don't need to do this at all. I was thinking I would have to keep track. I don't need to keep track of the selected item. I only need to select the first item. I need to select the first one. I don't need to keep track of it. Not at all. And it only needs to happen when it first loads. So I'm, okay. Because once it loads, then you're in memory. You're good. But I need the node. Oh, hold on. I need to hit documentation right quick. There is a... I thought there was a helper. I'll have to walk it. Will selecting it by code trigger the event and change the active folder? I'm not sure. Maybe. I think it will, actually. And crap, I only have like 6 minutes left. Let me think about this. I think you're right. I think if you select it, that's going to invoke the command, which will then navigate. If it's just first, then say selected index of 0. Well, the problem is... Well, I guess I could just walk it, right? I guess I could do that. I could just say... let's say... No, I can't go to XAML and say selected index because we're in a tree. So what's the selected index of the tree? The first one would be 0. So we have to get down. We have to get down a level. So for data tree nodes, is there nodes? Yeah. Nodes index of 0. Var parent node. Right, we get that one. Var node to select. Maybe I could do this. So it's parent node dot nodes. The first one. Right? Can I do this? And then we're done here. Actually, let me move this up here. I mean, maybe. That looks right. Because I got the very top node, which is this personal folder. And then we're going to go under that to the child of that node's collection. And get the first one, which should be inbox. And then select that. Okay, so let's... I think that should work. Let's look at this. Personal folder. Inbox. Yep. There we go. Whoop whoop. Man, I was really overthinking that. But what happens if I come back? Okay, perfect. Perfect. Man, I was really overthinking that one, wasn't I? And that's all still works. Sweet. Yeah, keep it simple. We got to keep it simple. Okay. So, it is almost on 3 minutes to lunchtime. So, unfortunately, it is time for me to call it a day. What I may do... Actually, let me run this again. Alternative. Can't you write an event trigger in XAML under the control? Yeah, maybe. I'll have to think about that. Yeah, no, you definitely could. We could write a behavior, for example, that would handle this for us. But I mean, it's right here in code. It's no big deal. So we have what I might do this weekend is I might make this look a little prettier. Just jazz it up a bit, but I won't change any of the logic or anything. I'll make sure any logic changes we make, we'll make together. But I'll just make this a little bit prettier. And then I think on Tuesday, next week Tuesday, we'll start getting into some dialogues because we're gonna want to like double click, launch, right, a reply, write a new email, delete emails. Like I hit delete button, boop. Do you want to delete this? Yes. And then when that happens, it goes to the deleted folder. Right, something like that. Oh, yeah, because see, I deleted this, but we didn't actually implement any delete feature. So if I come back, yeah. So we'll want to start getting into some functionality. So the dialogue service might be next time because we'll pop this sucker up. Double click, pop it up. And multiple instances of it. So, okay. Well... oh, you know what? Hold on. Hold on. I cannot forget to do this. Cannot forget like I did last time. Hey, did you see that? I didn't get that task error that time. Ugh. Those are going to be hard to reproduce there. I need to check this in. Right there. So... added our mail service. And fetch some data. And we will put that on GitHub for everyone to get the latest bits. Let's open this up. I will share this link one more time in the chat so everyone can grab that code. And yeah. Oh, I didn't delete that. Oh, well. You get the idea what that's for, the prod. We're not using that. Awesome. All right. Another successful day of code. I love it. Next week should be fun. Dialogues are always fun. And, you know, I'm really curious because, you know, I wrote this new dialogue service, but I never really used it in production. So I only used it on how I thought I would use it. So I'm going to test it and see if we need to modify the Prism code base to add features or if it's going to work as is. So that should be fun. So that'll be Tuesday. Same time, same place. Nishi, thanks for joining. Tuesday. Yes, I'll see you Tuesday. Ernest, thanks for joining. Thank you, everyone. CompGeek78, thank you. Nurgut Vlad. Thank you very much. And I can't... I think that's... Is that Bulgarian? Is that a Bulgarian name? I'm going to call you A-Dog. Is that okay? A-Dog? A-Train? I only got A out of that. That looks Bulgarian. I could be wrong, though. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm actually curious. Caffeine. Are we going to add a context service to execute for multiple window instances? I'm not sure I understand, Caffeine. I'm not sure I understand. Context service to execute within for multiple window instances. Oh, Alexei. AGR. It's Alexei. It's Russian. Oh, cool. Well, welcome. Thanks for joining from Russia. I don't know what time it is, but I assume it's pretty late over there. Nashit, when's the desktop to web? Okay, so I'm a little behind, like 3 weeks behind on my desktop to web, although I have 4 more videos to do. The main thing holding me up is the construction going on in my backyard. I cannot record a single video. Every time I hit record, there's a saw cutting tile or a machine or just something. Hammers and banging is like, they're messing with my game, man. They're messing with me. So I don't know. I might try to just stay up later than I already do. You know, spend time with the family, with the kids, tuck the kids in, and then just don't get much sleep and try to knock that out. But it's definitely on my list. I have my videos. I have a whiteboard right here, and they're on my list. I have 4 more to go. So that's 4 more chances to win a license to Infrajustice Ultimate. Ernest, right? Outlook and Angular. Hey, that might be fun, actually. We might do that, too. Then we can compare. We can compare our experience, you know, in WPF, writing it in Angular. And it should, yeah, I think that's a good idea. We should probably do that. So, great question. 4 a.m. Oh my gosh. Yeah, get to bed, man. Get to bed. You get some sleep. I record these. You can always watch the recording. Nah, use Blazor. A Blazor's not there yet. It's pretty good. It's not there yet. Didn't you see my last... We couldn't even get validation. No, it wasn't validation. We couldn't get state management to work. Completely bombed. It just failed. We couldn't get it to work. Though it was Chris Sainty. His approach worked. It was a little different, but it did work. So if you need to use state management in Blazor, use Chris Sainty's NuGet package for that. Nashit, with each of your videos coming, I prepare next. Just kidding, mate. Understand, no pressure. Yeah, I'm sorry. I want to get to where I'm, you know, we're streaming twice a week and doing at least one good YouTube video a week, at least. And that's on top of my day-to-day activities at work. Which I got to give mad props, mad shout out to Infrajustice because they actually let me do this during work time. Like, they're letting me do this. They know I'm not sneaking behind their back. They're like, Brian, go do your thing, man. And I'm like, God, I love working here. This company is amazing. Not only do they like write kick-ass controls for every platform you can imagine, but they're just a great company to work for. And we actually have job openings. Hold on. Let's switch back here. We actually have some job openings if you guys around the world are interested. I think we have some in Bulgaria that are open. I think if I go to the bottom, careers. Yep, careers. And then job listings right there, job listings. Okay, I know I clicked the button. Okay, actually we have a lot. So we need someone in New Jersey, if you're in New Jersey. We need a couple developers and Sofia. More New Jersey. And Uruguay. If you're in Uruguay, we need a full stack developer there. None in Australia. Actually, we closed our Australia office like 2 years ago, I believe it was. We actually had an Australia office. You might have heard the name David Barella. He's a big community guy there in Australia, and he used to work for us, but we had to close that office down for whatever reason. It's above my pay grade. But yeah, these are our job openings. So if you're in these areas, CompGeek, no remote work. I'm remote, but I do not believe these specific positions are remote. Every now and then, like very rarely, do we have a remote position open up. I'm trying to think of how many remote employees we have besides me nowadays. Uh-oh. Should I be worried? Holy cow. Is she in between jobs now? And oh, well, if you're in between jobs and have no reason to sleep till 4 p.m. Hey. Yeah. I mean, if I didn't have a job, I'd probably stay up at all times of night learning and coding myself. Coyote, hello. Hey, thanks for joining. You've actually just caught us at the end. This is the end of the stream. We're just wrapping up. Have you heard of Cicada 3301? No, I haven't. What is Cicada? Or not sir. Cicada. Cicada. Is that something I can Google real quick? Cicada 3301. Nickname given to an organization that on 3 occasions have posted a set of puzzles. Is this what you're talking about right here? Is that Zine? Zine? Hello, how are you doing from YouTube? Thanks for joining. Even though this is the end of the stream, we're just checking out this link that Coyote 5547 is trying to teach us about Cicada 3301. Is this it? Old school game. Looks kind of cool. That 8-bit look, right? Ah, you're at work. Yeah, those jobs, man, they can really suck sometimes. Getting in the way of streams and learning and coding, doing fun stuff to work on their boring stuff. But I will be archiving this on YouTube, so it's okay if you missed it. We will be archiving this, and it'll be available this weekend. I'll probably make it available. And actually, tomorrow, I have the last stream we did on Tuesday being published to YouTube. So we're almost caught up. We're almost caught up. Caffeine sucks less if you could watch and participate in streams during work. Yeah, that's true. Okay, well, I think I'm going to go have a sandwich. My wife should be getting here very soon. I have lunch with my wife every day because she works just down the street, and it's pretty awesome. Actually, I don't know if you guys or if everyone has ever seen my wife before. Maybe I should show a picture. Let me see if I have a picture of my wife. Oh, can't show that one. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. Okay, she could be mad at me if I don't have a picture of her. Oh, yeah, I do. I got one. And it's right there. That's it. That's my wife and I chilling out. Nice little dinner. Good times. I don't know if you could publish somewhere the stream schedule. My stream schedule, I'm trying for, I always do Tuesday at 10 a.m. Mountain Time. Because I'm in Idaho, in the United States. And I've been playing with the Thursday, Friday. So I'm thinking, I think today was better than a Friday. Because, you know, even on Friday, I'm trying to get out early. I'm trying to go hang out for the weekend. So maybe, I think in Tuesdays and Thursdays, I'm going to try. It just depends. I got this thing called the day job. Sometimes it pulls me away. But I am consistent every Tuesday for sure. So look for me on Tuesday. And yeah. Caffeine. I was about to say you're doing it wrong if you don't have one. Yeah. No kidding. But cool. All right, guys. I will see you guys next Tuesday, 10 a.m. Mountain, and we will continue our adventures in Prism for WPF and Outlook. Thank you very much for joining me. It was awesome. It was great. I cannot wait till next Tuesday. I will clean up. I will try to make some of that stuff prettier. That way we can focus on functionality, and you can leave the making it look good to me, and you don't have to waste your time watching me do that. Both look cute. Grab your lunch now. I'll grab coffee and upskill. Good day, mate. All right, everyone. Thank you very much, and I will see you next time.